Hello guys, I'm here to discuss things you need to know about Raspberry Pi. What is Raspberry Pi? It is a small device like card size. It can run in computer system and doing everything that can do in your computer. It is capable little device that enables people of all ages to explore computing and to learn how to program in a language like Python. History of Raspberry Pi. Early concepts of Raspberry Pi were based on Atmega 644 microcontroller. In August 2011, 50 Alpha boards were manufactured. This board were functionally identical to the planned Model B, but were physically larger to accommodate the bulk headers. The actual sales of the much anticipated device started on February 29, 2012. During this time, as a result of over 2 million pre-orders from the world, comparison on the current version of Pi. The Model B is in mass production with plans to release the Model A in early 2013. Model A has one USB port and no Internet controller. Then the Model B with two USB ports and Internet controller. Through the Model A doesn't have Ethernet port, it can connect to a network by using a user-supplied USB, Ethernet, or Wi-Fi adapter. Raspberry Pi Model A and Model 0 comparison. Future Pi A February 2013, Pi A Plus released on November 2014, Pi 0 Volume 1.2 released on November 2015, Pi Volume 1.3 released on May 2016, Pi 0 Wireless released on February 2017. Raspberry Pi Model B comparison. 1B released on April 2012, 1B Plus released on 2014, 2B released on 2015, 2B Volume 1.2 released on October 2016, Pi 3B released on February 2016, Pi 3B Plus released on 2018. Application using Pi. The Raspberry Pi laptop is another good example of constructing a fully functional laptop all under 4,500 made by developer named Drew Faustin. The HDMI port of the Raspberry Pi is connected to a Motorola Atrex dock, which is detachable display panel with keyboard. This is the example of application using Pi. Project using Pi, the BetBox. The idea of this project is a capacitive touch sensor that connects to a Raspberry Pi which sends signals to an AMP inside handmade wooden case. This is the example of the big box. The Pi Pawn. It sends the Pi to the Pawn's dial system, turning it into a functioning Ethernet pawn at the last update. Stuart Johnson took the cutted out the old circuit board and replaced with the Raspberry Pi. This is the example. Components of Raspberry Pi. Leads, light emitting diodes for all of indicator light needs. USB. This is common connection port for peripheral devices of all types, including your mouse and keyboard. Model A has one and Model B has two. You can use USB hub to expand the number of ports, or plug your mouse into your keyboard if it has its own USB ports. HDMI. This connector allows you to hook up a high-definition television or other compatible device using an HDMI cable. ARM CPU or GPU. This is a Broadcom BCM2835 system on a chip SoC that's made up of an ARM Central Processing Unit or CPU and a video core or graphics processing unit GPU. The CPU handles all the computations that make a computer work, taking input, doing calculation, and producing output, and the GPU handles graphic output. GPIO, these are exposed general purpose in output or output connection points that will allow the real hardware harvest the opportunity to tinker. Audio out, audio out. This is standard 3.55 millimeter jack for connection of audio output devices such as headphones or speakers. There is no audio in. The other components of Raspberry Pi. Power. This is a 5 volts micro USB power connector into which you can plug your compatible power supply. SD card slot. This is full size SD card slot. Uh, an SD card with an operating system or OS installed is required for booting the device. They are available for purchase from ma- manufacturers, but you can also download an OS and save it to the card yourself if you have a Linux machine and wherewithal. Ethernet. This is connector allows forward network access and is only available on the Model B. Price comparison of Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi Zero is worth $1,499. Raspberry Pi 2 Model B worth $2,100. Raspberry Pi 3 Model B Plus worth $2,500. Raspberry Pi 4 Model B worth $2,856. All about Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi 4 Model B was released in June 2019 with a 1.5 GHz 64 quad-core ARM Cortex-A72 processor on board 802.11 AC Wi-Fi Bluetooth 5 full gigabyte Internet throughput not limited, 2 USB 2.0 ports, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and dual monitor support 4K resolution. The Pi 4 is also powered via USB-C port, enabling additional power to be provided to downstream peripherals when used with an appropriate PSU. Three sizes of onboard RAM are available: 1 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB. The Raspberry Pi has design flow where third-party eMark USB cables such as those used on Apple MacBook incorrectly identify it and refuse to provide power. This is accepted to be corrected in future board revision. Tom's Hardware tested 14 different cables and found that 11 of them turned on and powered the Pi without issue.